All right, folks, Cam Hawkins here from Trading Nut. I'm here today with Kevin Adamick. And guys, look, we're going to start in about 2 minutes. So before we do, can you please just let me know in the chat if you can hear the audio all right, and if you can see a guy sitting on a couch with a laptop looking fairly relaxed. Please type a Y or a yes in the chat, and we just want to know that you can hear everything. It's all sounds okay, and you can see the screen as well. So we're going to get underway in a couple of minutes. Just let's have a look. Stu, brilliant. All good on your end. Thanks for joining. Must be late for you over there, or getting later in the evening. Other guys, have we got some other people that can hear? So I think the fact that Stu can hear is pretty much on the money. He's on the other side of the world from me, so things are obviously working to a certain degree. Anyone else? Just a Y or a yes in the chat would be great. Okay, we're going to start in about a minute, guys. So just hold on there. Let us know. Oh, here we go. Joseph. Brilliant. You can hear and see everything. Yep. Sorry, my little screen is not showing everyone here in full. Let me pop this out. Okay, here we go. Cool. Jeff. Brilliant. Peter. Thanks. And Paul. Right, guys. It seems like we've got people joining. There's still more coming in. Sammy. Here, brilliant, attendance in order. Okay, guys, right, let a couple more people drip in before we hit the threshold here. All right, Kevin, I think we're going to get underway. Everyone seems to be able to hear and see the screen, so that's great. Now, guys, the reason, just to remind you, like the reason we've got you here today is because we did an interview, or I did an interview last week, released it last week with John Hoagland from TOPSTEPTRADER. And John has worked with Kevin in the CME pits. These guys have got an awful lot of industry and trading experience. And they've got a unique, I suppose, offering that we want to share with you today. It's called TOPSTEPTRADER, and Kevin's going to walk us through that and show you guys, I suppose, a different way to approach the trading industry for both futures and Forex traders out there. So guys, I'd like to welcome Kevin Adamick. Kevin, do you want to give us a little bit of an intro about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Cam, thank you very much, for that introduction, and thank you everybody, for taking the time, to be here today to learn about, TOPSTEPTRADER. We're going to go over what TOPSTEPTRADER provides, within the trading world, how you can earn a funded account and, take advantage of our opportunity. We'll talk about who we are, where we started from, and we'll look at some of the key performance metrics that you need to meet in order to earn a funded account. And we'll also show you how to best accomplish those things and look at several success stories from traders and talk about the 4 keys to success. If you have questions, feel free to type them into the questions box. You will answer most of the questions towards the end of the presentation. And we do hope you stick around, towards the end. In about 30 minutes, we're going to provide everybody with a special offer. So feel free to type questions during the webinar, and we'll answer the questions at the end when we provide the special offer. And this presentation is being recorded. So first, a risk disclosure. Futures options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options market. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation or an offer to buy, sell futures, stocks, options on the same. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this document. And the past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. TOPSTEPTRADER is a US-based company located in Chicago, Illinois, founded in 2012. The firm was started by a group of Chicago Mercantile Exchange pit traders with the goal of finding, developing, and funding traders. Our program, called the Trading Combine, helps traders improve and finances them with money to trade once they complete the program. Today, there are thousands of traders in the program trading online from over 160 different countries. But let's, like Cam said, let's go over who I am. My name is Kevin Adamick. I work here in Chicago at TOPSTEPTRADER. I've been involved with trading since 1994. I worked with John Hoagland in the trading pits for over 20 years. After college, I started out just like John as a runner at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I started back in 1994. I knew I wanted to be a trader, so I worked my way up. I was a runner, then a clerk, then a phone clerk, then an arbitrage clerk, then as a broker and a trader. I successfully traded on a seat for over 10 years at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and the Chicago Board of Trade. Like everybody listening to this, I've traded a lot of different markets: futures, equities, ETFs, Forex, options, binary options. But when I started out, I was a runner making $12,000 a year. I worked 2 jobs for many years to save up enough money to have a trading account. So I understand the frustration of wanting to trade and not being able to, because a lot of the exchanges and the brokers out there want you to put up a large amount of capital or cash, or because putting up your own capital, it's sometimes scary. You might feel more comfortable and confident trading somebody else's money. So I understand that there's a problem, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. TOPSTEPTRADER has a program called the Trading Combine that helps traders improve and backs them with money to trade once they finish our program. TOPSTEPTRADER will finance you to trade if you can pass a 2-step evaluation, thereby completing the Trading Combine program. So what's the problem that traders and investors face in the financial industry, particularly in the retail space? Well, you can have the best trading system, strategy, methodology, the best algorithm in the world, along with a desire to succeed, and it might not matter if you don't have the capital to trade it or to scale it. If you don't have the funds to trade with, then you might be sitting on the sidelines, and that's where TOPSTEPTRADER comes in. We provide the solution to that problem in the retail trading world. And the way we do that is through a 2-step evaluation called the Trading Combine. This is a real-time simulated account. Your performance is being evaluated for funding with a real funded account with our money. These have different risk parameters that we'll go over, but let's first go over the steps for our Trading Combine. Step 1 is basically it's a real-time simulated account where you prove to us that you can trade. Step 2 is where you show us that you can manage risk. If you can complete these 2 steps, then you'll earn a funded account with our firm. We give you an account to trade in for steps 1 and 2, and as long as you follow our rules, you can trade it however you want, your style. Here's an example. We give you a real-time simulated account with $50,000 in it, ask you to make $3,000. Okay, great. Your account's at $53,000. You've passed step 1. You're now in step 2. Okay, to do it again, we ask you to prove your consistency. Make another $3,000. Now that you've done that, great. You're in the funded account, trading with real money, which is our money, and your upside is unlimited. You can make as much money as you want, and we'll take the risk. Now, you don't have to be the best trader in the world to get to the funded account stage. You just need to be profitable. So that part is simple. Let's go over the rules you have to follow and the parameters of the account. Now, this same information is available on our site. If you go to TOPSTEPTRADER.com and go to our Learn How page, we offer 4 different account parameters and 4 different size accounts. Okay, now the parameters vary on the size of the account. There's a $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, and $150,000 account. Now there are different profit targets and thresholds in each of the 4 different trading combines. Now in the $50,000 or $50K account, we can use this as an example, throughout. So going through the $50K account as an example here, here are the rules. Your position size, your max position size is 5 contracts or 5 lots, or basically 5 units. That means that you can have at the most 5 contracts on across all products at one time. So if you buy 3 contracts of crude oil and sell 2 contracts of gold, that's 5 contracts. You can't have on any more until you liquidate some of those. Now you can break those 5 contracts up however you want, but the computer only allows you to trade 5 contracts total in this account. Next, we have the daily loss limit, which is the most you can lose intraday. And again, I'll repeat that. This is the most you can lose intraday. This is calculated or based off your unrealized net profit and loss. So your unrealized net P&L measures what your account balance is worth and where you are in the market, whether you've closed that trade or not. If you're in a trade and it touches the daily limit, you've broken a rule and you're not eligible for review. So in this example, you can't lose more than $1,000 in any single day. It's important for you to place stops and get out of your positions before you touch your daily loss limit. Next is the max drawdown or maximum drawdown. This is really like an overall loss limit. You add up all your losses and that total is the overall loss limit. Now, this is also a trailing max drawdown, which means it's going to trail your high water mark, which is the most that you've made in the account. So for example, in the 50K account, you have a $2,000 max drawdown. So when you start out with 50,000, you can't go under 48,000 for the account. The trailing part refers to that threshold going up from 48,000 as you are profitable in the account. Now the max drawdown threshold does not go higher than 50,000. So basically, your trailing max drawdown goes up or trails you as you make money in the account. Now let's take a look at a chart. Here the blue line is your account balance and the red line is your trailing max drawdown. So right here, you start out with 50,000, okay? Day one, you make $1,000, great. Your trailing max drawdown threshold is now 49,000, okay? It's currently a difference of $2,000. So don't go below 49,000 from now on. Day two, your down balance goes up to 51,500. Threshold level, 49,500. So from now on, don't go below 49,500. Now the next day you have a losing day for whatever reason. The lowest your account can go is still this 49,500. So there's a difference here of about $1,000. Now the red line moved up. So your account's got 50,500 in it. The red line here is at 49,500. So once that red line moves up, it'll never move back down. That way you don't go back down. You and your account are always moving up, up, up. And then once your account is above this $52,000 level, this red line flatlines at the $50,000 level where you started the account at. So that's the lowest your account can go going forward, this $50,000 level. That way you have more breathing room. The amount that you can lose elongates. As you progress, the max drawdown level goes up, but that red line or max drawdown threshold level will always be in between 48,000 and 50,000 for the 50K account. So let's go back to our parameters. Next is the profit target that you need to make for the account. The profit target is about a 6% return for each of these different accounts. Doesn't matter the size of the account, we would like to see a 6% return. Now you have as much time as you need to reach that profit target. So in the 50K account, basically when your account goes from 50,000 to 53,000, you've passed step one. And then next is the price per month. That is the amount that you would pay. Basically, that is the cost to be evaluated. That cost is going to vary depending on the account size. The 50K account is $165. There are several components to this. Number one, this cost includes your data fees in the trading combine and use of our software and trading platform. Number two, we're a business. We have overhead, salaries, technology, staff, insurance, normal business costs, etc. And the third part, which is, probably most important, is that the cost of the program makes it very interesting. When you put up $165, you have something at stake. You have some skin in the game. It makes it very real to you. You're going to take the program seriously. When we started out the program, really in 2010, but then we incorporated it in 2012. But back in 2010, we gave the program away for free, but traders would blow out all the time because they didn't care. But then once they had a little money at stake, they took the program seriously because it's like a real trading environment. And then more individuals were able to pass the evaluation. More individuals got better at trading. So that is the dollar amount that you pay to be in the program. That's the cost you pay per month until you meet the objective or cancel the account. And then once you pass steps 1 and 2, you no longer pay that subscription cost when you're in the funded account. And then one other aspect of our program is the reset feature, which is kind of a neat part of our program. We talked about a few of the rules to be in the program, like the daily loss limit and your overall loss limit. What happens if you break a rule? Well, we have a reset feature. So if you do break a rule, you'll want to get back into the game. Nobody wants to break a rule, but it may happen. You have a bad trading day, your head's not there, maybe you over leverage yourself, or there's some sort of global news, the markets go berserk. Okay, yes, we get it, things happen. So if you ever do hit the daily loss limit or the maximum drawdown, you can reset your account. To get a do-over or reset, you pay $99 at any time. So $99 resets the account. We do not encourage people to use it. We would like for you to pass the program without having to use it. But if you get into a little bit of trouble, it's there for you. You know, obviously it's going to hurt a little bit when you use it, but hopefully you learn from it not to do it again. So if you break a rule, in order to get back into the program, you reset your account. And then in addition to the account parameters of the trading combine, you know, we have rules that you have to follow. First is that you need to trade a minimum of 5 trading days. That's the lowest data set that we need to see before you can advance. Trade at least 5 trading days. A day is considered from 5 p.m. Central Time when Globex reopens to electronic close of your product the next trading day. Anytime an order in that time period is filled, that counts as a trading day. Now, it does not need to be 5 days in a row, and you can take longer than 5 days. You've got as much time as you need. We're trying to separate the gamblers from the traders. If it takes 12 days or 24 days or 37 days, it doesn't matter. We don't care. You're improving. As long as you follow the rules and meet the profit targets, it does not matter how long you take. Now, some traders ask, what if I make the $3,000 in 3 days and I meet the profit target early? Well, that's great. You still need to trade 2 more days to show us that you've traded 5 days. You know, you don't need to risk a lot in the next 2 days, but you do need to trade, and then you'll have your 5 days, and we'll check to make sure that your profit is still over 3,000 after the whole 5 days. And then next is only trade during permitted times. This is also permitted products and times. In terms of products we offer products from the CME, NYMEX, COMEX, and CBOT. You can trade all these outright futures products. And again, this list is on our homepage, you know, but we've got equity indices, currency futures, ags, metals, energies, financials. Some of our most popular products are crude oil, S&P 500, gold, the euro, the Dow Jones. You can't trade individual stocks, but a lot of our traders trade the Dow Jones, which is a basket of 30 stocks. And what you're looking at here are some of the most liquid products for futures contracts out there that you can trade. And if you're interested in trading Forex, we have a separate website called TopStepFX. There are 22 different currency pairs to trade, and the rules and the account parameters are very similar to the ones at TopStepTrader.com. Again, this is a separate website. Go to TopStepFX.com. Going back to our rules and permitted times. Okay, all positions must be flat by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. If you're in a product that closes earlier than 3:10, you have to be out of that position and be flat before the electronic close of your product. Well, what does that mean? Well, for meats and grains, you have to be out by 1:20 p.m. Central Time. All other products, you have to be out of your positions or be flat by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. And then you can begin trading at 5 p.m. when Globex reopens. But remember to be out of your positions by 3:10. You know, technically, indice futures close at 3:15. I mean, really, the cash closes at 3 o'clock, but we ask you to exit your positions by 3:10 because we don't think the last 5 minutes is worth the risk. You know, the market is trading on thin air at that time. There's really no rhyme or reason to the market activity. So we ask that you exit your trades by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. And then next is our 2 cardinal rules that we already discussed. Don't hit your daily loss limit or your trailing max drawdown. And if you can do these 4 things and meet the profit target, then congratulations, you pass on to step 2 in our program. Now, you might be asking yourself, what trading platform am I using to execute these trades? Am I using your system? Am I using mine? We have partnered with some of the leading trading platforms out there, so you can use what you're comfortable with, like NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart, CTS, Trade Navigator, Multi-Charts, RTrader Pro, Volfix, Investor RT, you name it. And if there's something you don't see, let us know. We'll see if we can support it. But by all means, there should be something here for everybody. And TradeStation is coming soon. We have a way for you to link with TradeStation, and full integration with TradeStation is coming very, very soon. If you don't have a platform, or if you're a new trader, you can use our free, easy to use platform, TS Trader. It's basically white labeled Tradeovate. It's got great charting capabilities and order execution, or you can use NinjaTrader, which is free to use during the trading combine. And again, if you're new to trading, this should not be so intimidating looking at all these different platforms. There's great YouTube videos on all these platforms. We have fantastic trader support that I can help you walk you through it. On our trading platform on TS Trader, there's a way for you to pull up videos and to look up the rules of our program right on the trading platform. And the trading platforms are not really that difficult to learn. So keeping in line with our example of the $50,000 trading combine, we followed the rules, we met the profit target, traded at least 5 days in step 1. Awesome. We're advancing to step 2, which is another real-time paid simulated account where your performance is evaluated. Step 2 is about managing risk. We want to make sure that you're going to be a prudent trader. We tighten things up a little bit from a risk perspective, but still very achievable. So a lot of what you're doing in step 2 is what you already did in step 1. First off, there is a profit target in step 2. With our 50K account, you showed us that you could make $3,000 in step 1. Okay, we would like for you to do it again. Maybe you got really lucky in step 1, which is fine, but doing it again requires a little bit of skill. So again, in step 2, the profit target is $3,000. Now, the minimum trading days is a little longer in step 2. We want you to show us that you have some experience trading the markets. So again, you can take as long as you need in order to reach the profit target, but you need to trade at least 10 days. Again, only trade permitted products and permitted times, something we just went over. Don't hit or exceed your daily loss limit or trailing max drawdown. It's gonna be exactly the same as is in step 1. Now we've added a weekly loss limit that you need to adhere to. This is something new in step 2. That means from Sunday evening, 5 p.m. Central Time, when Globex markets open, to Friday afternoon, when the electronic markets close, you can't lose more than $1,000 for the 50K account, and the bigger accounts have weekly loss limits of $2,000 and $3,000. Now that might seem a little tight right now, but I'm going to go into a rule that explains how that is very manageable, okay? Another new rule here, don't hold positions into major economic releases. Now that's going to vary depending on the contract that you're trading here, but you don't need to memorize all these symbols over here on the right. We've got a full list here that you can take a look at. It's also on our website, but what you're looking at here, like the ES, that stands for the E-mini S&P 500. If you're looking over here on the left side, these economic releases are like FOMC announcements, unemployment number, and there's a weekly oil natural gas number. These numbers really move the markets very quickly, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Obviously, there's some analysts that have their predictions, but we don't think that risk is worth trading, so we ask that you're flat or have no position on 1 minute prior to the release coming out until 1 minute after the release comes out, and then you can safely re-enter the markets. And we make it very easy for you to remember these and send out reminders. The unemployment number comes out once a month on the first Friday of the month. There is plenty of volatility that morning or whatever time of day it is for you, but we ask that you don't trade the 1 minute before the number comes out to 1 minute after the number comes out, and then there is plenty of volatility to trade, only with better direction. So this is something that makes good traders. When you're just keen and you're focused, but you're basically cognizant, you're a little bit aware of what's going on in the world. There's a lot of other economic releases. This really helps you to heighten your game when you're trading, so something doesn't happen and you get run over. But let's go back to our rules. Next is the scaling plan. As I mentioned before, the weekly loss limit should not be so intimidating. Really, that's because of the scaling plan. The scaling plan is not in step 1, it starts in step 2. Scaling plan is going to allow you to start trading small and then build you up to trading bigger sizes and more contracts. The scaling plan is going to match your leverage to your equity level. What does that mean? Well, here on this slide, we've been talking about the 50K accounts. So you're looking at the bottom half of this screen. These are the scaling plans for the 30K and the 50K accounts. In our 50K account, when you're in step 2, when you have $0 to $1,500 in profits, you're trading 2 lots. Once you make $1,500, you're trading 3 lots. Once you make $2,000, you're trading 5 lots. What we're doing here is we're easing you into it. We used to have traders go right out, guns a-blazing, putting on 15 contracts, and they were blowing the accounts out because they were risking too much. So we want you to get small base hits, build your equity balance, build your account, be consistent, and then you won't have any problem with the weekly loss limit, the daily, or the max drawdown. The scaling plan really helps with that. And then here you can see the scaling plans for the 100K and the 150K accounts. So if you can follow these rules, which there are really only a couple more from what you already did in step 1, and you can hit the profit targets, congratulations, you did it. You've earned a funded account, and we're going to back you with our money. And these rules are on our webpage, and they're on your dashboard when you log into your account, so we make it easy for you to remember. And now we come to the funded account, where we take all the risk, and I speak with traders, and a lot of the traders that I speak to say, I want to be with a firm that has the infrastructure and the platform and the support and the money and the whole complete package. And that is really what the funded account is all about. There's quite a few benefits to the funded account. A few of the main ones are, first off, we have one of the industry's best profit splits. I don't know anybody else out there that pays 80-20 on a profit split for a prop firm. We pay 80% to the trader and 20% to our firm. In addition, we allow our traders to keep the first $5,000 in profits. So you're taking 100% of the first $5,000 and then 80% of anything above $5,000. That is kind of like a signing bonus. So say you've been trading in your account for 5 days or 17 days, you're in the funded account and you want to take out $5,000. Okay, no problem. We'll process that payment for you in a couple of days. That first $5,000 is yours to keep. You make the decision when you want to withdraw and the dollar amount that you want to withdraw. After that, it's an 80-20 split after the 5,000, which is a really nice compensation package for a profit split. Next is that we allow you to trade additional products. You've proven to us that you can trade. We trust you here. You can trade any one of our available products in the funded account. Even if you didn't trade something during the evaluation, you have access to trade that product now. I know traders that are great at trading the S&Ps, but they never had the risk capital to trade gold and silver in the live markets. The margin requirements are a little bit higher. So they pass the evaluation trading S&Ps, and then they trade silver and gold and the S&Ps in the funded account. And if you want to, you can also trade something that wasn't available in the evaluation, namely other exchanges. For example, we have some overseas traders that like to trade the Eurex, like the DAX, or the mini DAX, or the Bund, or the Babel, Euro stocks. That is totally fine. We'll let you trade it. And the next is we allow you to withdraw whenever you want. We look at this as a partnership. We don't have mandatory withdrawals. We make it very easy for you to withdraw. You're making the decision when you want to withdraw, and you can do it whenever you want. You don't have to do it on the 1st of the month or the 15th. No, on the 13th or the 27th or whenever you want. Send us an email anytime. We'll get the money to you in a couple days. You can send a check, do an ACH. That's a bank-to-bank transfer. We can do PayPal. All those are free. Now, if you want to do a wire, as long as your wire is over $250, then the wire is free as well. And that's kind of a big deal for our overseas traders because overseas wires are expensive, and we absorb that cost to get our traders their money. And we also have industry low commissions. We've negotiated with our brokerage partners to get you these low commissions. The lower the commissions, the more money you make. When you're in the trading combine, you pay $3.70 a round turn. That comes out of the $50,000 that's in the account. So it's $3.70 a round turn for any product. And the funded account, the fees are very similar. They vary a little bit depending on the product that you're trading, but we negotiated low rates because you're trading our money, so we want the fees to be low also. And then when you pass step 2, you get a congratulations email with our funded trader agreement. Okay, once we have that information, we'll have your account created and enabled within a few days. For the funded account, we ask that you use the same platform that you used during the evaluation. So if you use NinjaTrader in the trading combine, we'd like for you to keep using that platform with live money. We want you to keep doing what you're already doing. You've showed us that you can profit. In our eyes, you've got rock star status. And that's the funded account. That is it. There's step 1, step 2, and then you're in the funded account. You profit split with us where you're trading real money, which is great. And with that, I'd like to talk about the 4 keys to success. And we talk about these keys from a trading perspective, but there are wider applications. So if you never get evaluated by us, these are still great things to keep in mind. You can learn more about this webinar about trading, but this is also true for a lot of different things in life. From my experience of being a trader, being on the trading floor, being involved with education, trader mindsets, there are 4 keys to success that'll make or break you. So let's get into them. The first one is discipline. This is the thing that's going to make you a good trader, having good discipline. In the trading combine, we have a daily loss limit, and the daily loss limit is the most often broken rule. There, I just pulled the curtains back. The daily loss limit is the most often broken rule. Knowing that will help you to pass the trading combine. I cannot stress enough for you to place a stop. So if your daily loss limit is $1,000, give yourself some breathing room. Even if you're good at monitoring your trades, put a stop in at minus 950. Don't put your stop in at minus 1,000 or minus 999. Give yourself some, allow yourself some slippage. Or if you can, try and close the trade before it hits the threshold. And then next is location, location, location. Just like the old real estate adage, the same thing is true in trading. Trade location is everything. Most of our successful traders are only taking 1 to 5 trades per day. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have traders taking 12 trades a day. We don't have scalpers taking 20 to 40 trades a day. We do. But if you have a trading strategy that gives you 10 setups a day, 10 trading opportunities per day, think about which ones are really worth acting upon. Some of the 10 trade setups have a higher probability than the other ones, don't you think? I mean, if you go back and journal about your trades, you might see that certain trades are giving you a 70% probability or a 75% likelihood, and others are only a 40 or 50% probability. So you can think about how quality is better than quantity. And also try not to overtrade. Generally our better traders are only trading 2 to 3 hours per day. Now, the morning session in US is usually a little biased than afternoon trading, but usually within the first hour or 2 of the trading day, whenever that starts for you, you can usually tell what the trading day is like. If you're having a bad day or if you're having a very, very good day, you don't want to give money back on a good trading day, but think about how many trading opportunities are out there and just try not to overtrade where you're not focused or you're tired or you haven't eaten or you're trading off emotions. I see it, too often. Try not to overtrade. And next is size matters. Position size matters. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to trade it. This is all about leverage. So depending on the trading combine that you select, you can trade 3 contracts, 5 contracts, 10 contracts, or 15 contracts. But just because you can trade 15 contracts doesn't mean that you should. Some of our best traders that can trade 15 lots are only trading 4 or 5 lots, and they're having multi-$1,000 days. It's better to trade consistently and size properly. Otherwise you're going to over leverage yourself. I know everybody wants to swing for the fences and pass in one day, but that's going to hurt you. That's going to mess with your psyche, cause you a lot of anxiety. So try not to over leverage yourself. If you size properly, you'll get there by being consistent and leveraging, properly. And that kind of ties in with patience. Patience is a virtue, especially in our trading combine. You have as much time as you need. Again, you've got as much time as you need. You're growing, you're learning, you're developing trading strategies. You've got as much time as you need to meet the objective. I know everybody wants to pass, right away, but you're kind of putting undue pressure on yourself. In baseball terms, think about it as a single and a home run are the same to your batting average. Think about building your account size and building your equity balance. Focus on chipping away at it. You'll get there faster that way than if you're trying to hit a home run every time. Because what happens when you try to hit a home run? Well, you strike out a lot. And with that, I wanted to talk about some of our funded traders. We have funded several thousand traders. In just the first half of 2018, we funded over 600 brand new traders. This is Mohammed. He's a real true example and testament of the worldwide reach of TOPSTEPTRADER. Hails from the UAE. He started his funded account, and in just 13 days, he was able to withdraw $4,000 in profits. He's one of the many traders that we have from over 160 different countries. Mohammed trades at home during the day. You can trade futures on our cell phone app or on your, on your laptop or your desktop, anywhere that you've got an internet connection. So it's great to see individuals that are at home. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or you're in between jobs, you're consulting, or your work is seasonal, or you're a professional trader. Or maybe you want to trade the markets before work if you've got a regular, job, or throughout the day on our cell phone app while you're at work. Our program is a limited risk way to enter into the markets and get training and education and access to data and trading platforms. It's all in one package in a very simple way. This is Jacob. He is a Ugandan construction worker, and the picture here of him is him on a construction site. He's wearing that shirt there. The front of the shirt says Top Step Trader, and the back of the shirt says I'm backed, which is kind of a play on words because he's backed by us. He has earned more in one trade than his entire monthly income in Uganda. And that just goes to show that anybody, anywhere can earn the financial freedom to pursue their dreams. That's part of our mission statement. Anywhere with an internet connection and a will to learn, to grow, and succeed, and anybody. We have traders that are blue collar, that are white collar, that are experienced traders, that are novice traders, from all different backgrounds in all different countries. And then last is Mark. He's a Texas limo driver. Here in the States, Texas is like, home of the Cowboys. He recently withdrew $10,000 from his funded account to take his wife and kids on a dream vacation to Disney World. That's just a great story. That 10 grand was about 25% of what he would usually make in a year as a limo driver. These are just a few stories. If you go to our blog, there are tons of these stories with other traders that have taken out bigger amounts, and some other traders, they're just taking consistent profits each week, like a surgeon. They're extracting money out of the markets. When you're extracting money out of the markets each week, it's, cashing $1,000 or $1,500 weekly checks. It's exciting because you're doing something that you enjoy. And these are real stories and real people. It just goes to show that it's possible to get the funded account and start earning real capital and having an impact and changing your life in positive ways. And I hope to see, all of you as some of these success stories in the next couple of weeks or months. We have our funded traders fill out a survey. Our funded traders have a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And we have all of our traders fill out surveys because we are always working to better our program, and your opinion matters. And we're looking for good traders to back with our money. So if you go on, places like Trustpilot, you can read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews from traders that are in our program. And there's other features and benefits to being on our program. We offer trader support Sunday through Friday. You can email us, you can call us, you can contact us to liquidate your position. For some reason that you lose connectivity, you can't go to our mobile app, call us up. We'll flatten you out. You can call us Sunday 11 to 7 Central Time or Monday 7 to 6 Central Time. Other companies refer to this as client services or customer support. We refer to this as trader support because our traders are important to us. You think about wait time, response time, all the metrics used to measure customer support teams, and our team rivals eBay and Amazon and some of the best customer service teams in the world. Our representatives know trading, they know the markets, they know our program, they know 13 plus trading platforms inside and out, and they know how to talk to you as an individual, as a person, and as a trader. We also have videos, webinars. We give you access to education and educators. We've got videos on trading psychology, trader behavior. You get invited to webinars that are free for you to go to just about every single week. If you want to try and improve or take a different way of looking at the market, or just compare or learn something, this is a great way for you to, improve your game. We also have a daily market forecast with John Hoagland, which is a 10 to 15 minute real-time live report of the major markets each day. It provides key technical analysis, support and resistance, pivot levels to help you identify entry and exit points for your trading. He mentions economic releases, fundamental analysis, things to look out for during the trading day. It's action-packed, interesting information, and a 15-minute capsule. You get this each day around 8:15 a.m. Central Time before the U.S. markets open. And then around 2 p.m. Central Time, we have a market recap that provides a 10-minute report summing up the major moves in the markets with key technical levels for the next trading day. This is great. Whether you're somebody that likes to do your own homework and you want to compare, or if you're like, I was just too busy, I want to take a look at, what a different analyst has, or you want to go back and say, hey, what did John have on, September 14th? What were they calling out for the market? It's a great way for you to get interested, get inspired, get, some more education on, on analysis. And we also have a weekly kickoff email that shows a brief synopsis of the charting patterns for the most heavily traded products. And there's other things on that, that weekly kickoff email, that'll show you blog posts, weekly trader behavior, weekly coaches playbook, different things that help you, improve your metrics. And as I mentioned, we have a Top Step community. So you can be involved with our traders from in our network and communicate on Facebook Live and read blogs about other individuals. Or if you want, you don't have to participate. We respect your privacy. Nobody knows who you are. But if you want to learn new things or stay up to date on current events, then we've got the perfect forum for you. And we also have performance coaches here at Top Step Trader. When you sign up for a trading combine, you get one free private performance coaching session each month with one of our coaches. So there's a lot of value there. You can schedule time to get help on charting patterns, order execution, technical and fundamental analysis. Talk to a live person like John Hoagland, who's an expert on the markets. And again, we encourage you to take a look at our website. If you have questions, type them now, or if you think of them later, you can email or call our trader support desk. I hope that you learned a lot from this webinar. If you're watching the replay, you'll consider signing up for the program. You sign up. I'd love for you to pass the 2 steps. We'll finance you. And we also want to thank Cam and Trading Nut. Because of them, we're running a special offer. You're going to receive an email with this recording, but you can also receive 20% off any trading combine. So I hope that you take advantage of that offer to save money and test out your trading skills on our platform. I'll leave this slide up here for a second. Type in the promo code SAVE20. You're basically going to our homepage, TOPSTEPTRADER.com, and you're starting, the trading combine, and you'll receive 20% off. And with that, I'd like to answer some questions, from the audience. I appreciate we've got a lot of individuals that are still here on our recording here.
Thanks very much, Kevin. It's been absolutely fantastic learning about Top Step Trader. I see Lucy's raised her hand. I don't know if she's got a question for us or not. But guys, yeah, if you've got questions, I'm going to lob in a couple anyway. But if you have questions, just chuck them in the chat and you can ask Kevin now. My first, I suppose, I know a lot of the guys I sort of trade alongside are trading the Forex side of your business. I mean, are they, are the lot sizes the same and account balances the same for the Forex part?
Correct. So very, very similar. There's 100,000, 300,000. That's the buying power that you're basically trading with. And, you're able to put in, up to 5 standard lots. And you can basically break that down, with mini and micro lots. And, you've got 22 different currency pairs that you're able to trade. So whether you're interested in trading, the majors, and with our Top Step FX, you can trade throughout the week. So you've got a 1-week window where your positions, you're trading from Sunday through Friday. So it allows for some more, swing trading for you to basically get involved, with the markets. You're using MT4 with our Top Step FX. And it's a great program. We started our Top Step FX program in January of 2018. It's really, really taking off. We've got a lot of great traders that have reached the funded account stage and are trading, our Forex products. We're very excited about that.
That's cool. I mean, that was going to be my other question. Do you allow MetaTrader as one of the platforms? And obviously, yeah, great. And Forex, I see there's a question here from Neil Patel. Did you see that one there? Do you allow EAs with Top Step FX on MT4?
Yeah, you can. And then Paul's also asking a question about step 2. So when you're in the trading combine, you're paying for the subscription while you're in steps 1 and 2, but then you're not paying once you pass. You're not paying that subscription cost once you pass into the funded account. So we've got traders that have done it in, a lot of traders that have passed in just a couple of weeks, and but more importantly, while you're improving, while you're testing out your strategies, or while you're, trading different markets, you have that availability, to trade with confidence that you're not risking, X amount of dollars of your own capital, and you're proving that you can basically, that you can do this. So you can take as much time as you need in order to pass. You shouldn't feel like there's pressure, and it's one of those things that allows you to really, improve and to learn more about yourself and learn more about trading. And it's really exciting once you start to, develop, and hone your skills.
Cool. It's quite interesting. So, I mean, the guys, I don't know if you know, so I've got the gold membership there on Trading Nut, where you can actually get an EA every month. So it might be something you guys out there thinking about this and thinking about Trading Nuts. If you want to combine the two, that might work for you in the Forex market. So with your Forex pairs, are they purely just the crosses? You don't do CFDs on Forex, that's more futures. Sorry, CFDs on MT4, it's more, you'd go into the TOPSTEPTRADER futures product.
Correct. So you'd be trading the 22 Forex pairs on MT4. So you'd have a chance to basically, trade those, and then you can trade the futures contracts on TOPSTEPTRADER.
Interesting. I did write an email this week where this sprung to mind. So I did some training about, I don't know, 2 years ago now with a guy called Hishu Han, who was on my podcast, and it was like a 3-week thing. It was very similar to this, but it was all very sort of like he just did it now and again for a select group of people, and his approach was very similar in terms of this combine type of thing, where we actually taught you how he approached the markets, and then gave you these challenges to go through and try and meet requirements to get to X balance after X amount of time. You couldn't go below this, you couldn't trade more than that, and so on and so forth. And this was his way of sort of teaching us how to actually implement his strategy and become better traders. And I've got to say, I did become a better trader because of it. And then the final part, which I didn't actually mention in the email, was the fact that, like, he kept saying, you really need to, once you're good at this, this is just the start. You actually need to then go and find some capital to actually trade, and find other people's money to trade, because it's a skill that can generate return. And I mean, this sort of stuff, people don't hunt this out like TOPSTEPTRADER. They don't really hunt it out. So the other thing, so then part of watching what he was doing, he was like, he then sort of pulled up another account, which was his fund, and obviously he was preaching what he talked about, or doing what he was preaching, and he started placing 300 lot trades on this fund, which had a ridiculous balance. And so this was something sort of blew me away, and it's like, okay, so I've seen him here turn a very small account into 5 figures in a matter of days, and now he's gone and jumped into his fund where he's trading multiple 7-figure, I think it might be 7 or even 8-figure account, and I'm placing huge lot sizes on it, which you couldn't even do as a retail trader. So yeah, really interesting how that sort of correlates to this, and it all sort of adds up. There's a few more questions in here, Kevin.
Yeah, Paul's asking, can you grow your funded account? Can you scale past your limit? Yes. When you're in the funded account, we've got traders that are, very, very profitable. We're not holding you back. We basically will work with you. We've got traders, once they reach $10,000 in profit, we've got a risk manager that's basically talking to them saying, you're doing fantastic. How do we continue to help and support you? What do you basically need? And they'll say, well, I want to trade, 20 lots in crude oil. And we basically work with them in order to, help them to grow. Peter's asking about, proven trading strategies. One of the things that we do, Peter, is we're giving you access to education. We're not, pinholing you to basically, follow, one specific trading strategy. We're not telling you, oh, you have to use Elliott Wave and, RSI with a 9, and, you need to use Bollinger Band. We're allowing traders to basically be flexible in order to basically use, a lot of different methods, because there's so many different traders out there that, are profitable, and they can all, there's so many different ways for you to kind of analyze the markets. And it's really kind of a personal choice how you are choosing, your markets, or when you're getting in and when you're getting out. And that's one of the great things, is that we're here to help and to encourage you. We're not going to tell you you have to basically trade this strategy. We'll help you to basically, grow your account. We'll help you to get access to some educators, and we'll provide some things for you, to basically help you to mature. Sammy's asking about the basic program. When you're in the trading combine, there's only 2 costs that you would pay. You're paying that, with the 50K trading combine, it's $165, monthly fee that you're paying. If you do break a rule and you want to reset, it's a $99 fee. That's it when you're in the trading combine. You're not paying, for anything else. You can use our free trading platform, TS Trader. You can use Ninja Trader. We give you access to that. If you do have some sort of other platform that we've got given you access to, you might need to pay for that platform depending on which one you choose. You might already have access to it. You might already have, some add-ons that you basically have for that. But you're not paying any other fees besides that when you're in the trading combine. Another question here. Well, you can basically, you can withdraw at any point in time from the funded account, whenever you'd like. We're not telling you that you need to withdraw. So you can make a decision to withdraw, $1,000 or $4,000 or $8,000. When you're up $10,000, right off the bat, you're getting 100% of the first 5,000, and then 80-20 split of anything above that. So on the first 10,000, you're taking out $9,000. $9,000 goes to the trader. Joseph, so yeah, when you're in Joseph is asking about the flexibility with the daily loss limit. Say that you are up, up $10,000, in the account. So, in the slide with the graph, we were showing you your trailing max drawdown. It stops at that level, that $50,000 level, as you basically progress. That's where you started the account out at. So you're building your account balance. You get $10,000, $12,000, $14,000. Paul's also asking, how long is the special? The special that we're running right here, we're going to have this up for just a little bit, for the promo code, the Save 20. In the funded
Peter's
account.
Got a question. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Peter's got a question above that I think snuck in there.
Okay, Peter, so the data fees that you are paying, if you're in the trading combine, we're paying for the data fees. You don't pay for any of that. When you're in the funded account, you may need to pay a data fee to that exchange. Depending on your data fees, it would be $105 per month for that exchange. So if you are in the trading combine, we are taking care of all those fees for you. When you're in the funded account, you no longer pay that subscription cost, but you may have to pay the $105 per month fee for data. But that would be the only other fee that you would pay. That's correct. So you would not pay any other fees. Thanks, Peter. And again, we encourage you to take a look at our website. And, a question that wasn't asked, we have a demo account, a practice 14-day trial that you can basically set up. If you feel, now the demo account is in the futures account, but if you wanted to basically, give it a test, it's free to start with. Or I encourage you, if you'd like to, test your mettle and use the promo code. You can save 20% off and test it out and see how you do and see if you like it. And if there's additional questions, I encourage you to email or call our trader support desk. I hope that you learned a lot from this webinar. You'll consider signing up for the program, or just go on, Trustpilot, go on, the internet, take a look at us, or, sign up, pass the 2 steps, and we'll finance you to trade.
Brilliant. Well, look, it's been a pleasure getting you on here today, Kevin. I think for me, it's just been really interesting to see how all this works, and also just reminding me and everyone else that there is a way to actually get funded without having to risk a lot of capital. I mean, if I look at my account in the last few months, I would say there have been days when I've lost more than $165 in trading, and so to do it in a way that actually I suppose gives you a bit of a kick up the backside to make sure you stick to rules, and then also there's a carrot at the end is great. So look, thanks very much for coming on here and sharing this with us today.
Cam, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for attending the webinar or watching. No matter whether you're trading with TOPSTEPTRADER or you're trading somewhere else, I wish you good luck with your trading. Trade well, trade awesome, and always trade for tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks again,
Thanks,
Cam.
guys. Bye.
Okay.